I'll use small words that you'll be sure to understand.
The properties of fool's gold.
You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard!
You fool! Fool, idiot, moron, nut, stupid.
You two are just dumber than a bag of hammers.
One of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
It's called fool's gold.
Fool's gold. Or fool's gold.
There we go.
Yeah.
Have we started?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. Have you been?
All right, I've got a blocked ear. I've had a cold. I told you I've had a bit of a cold. I've warned you about it.
Is your good ear now blocked?
No, it's my bad ear that's even more blocked.
So it's double bad?
Yeah, it's just annoying now. It's got titinous. What's it called?
Got a bit of tittiness.
What's it called?
I've got a very fleshy ear.
Titinous.
Tittiness, not tinnitus.
Tinnitus. That's what I'm thinking of today, mate, when I'm in final wank.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is this, are we, right, fuck it, let's go right
Do it with the thing, yeah, we'll do
on.
it. Yeah, we'll just go straight with that.
How many wanks? 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 How many wanks has Micky had?
For people who are new to the podcast, this is where we're starting this week. Our regular feature, How Many Wanks? Micky had a vasectomy around the time of episode 1. Since then, doctor's orders have been that he's had to have 20 wanks. Last week, where were we? 16 you'd got up to.
16.
You were in the finishing stretch. The little bit of a spoiler.
Finishing stretch,
before,
I like that.
But... Is it done?
It's done today. And do you know what? I thought of you and had a wank, which is really weird. This is incredible.
I've got your little banner. There you go, mate. Put that up.
Thanks, mate. Oh, congratulations. I have literally got no sperm left in me. Yes, mate.
Micky is 100% sperm free.
I've got there. I started really strong. This is horrible, isn't it?
Mate, it's
like glitter, and it's always a good idea before it, and then it happens.
I did one of these the other day, and
glitter.
I've been pulling it out of my bum all week. Anyway, so
with your fingers, obviously.
You had the final one.
Today I realised I started off really well. I had 3.
Yeah.
In quite quick succession, not in the same day. I couldn't manage that now.
Just rifling them out though, one after another.
Probably about 3 and 4 days.
That is an incredible record for you.
Pretty decent. And then I've got a bit cocky and a bit complacent. No pun intended there.
Yeah.
I've got and suddenly today it was I just put Joel for his midnight nap, his midday nap.
Yeah.
And then I was sat there and suddenly I thought of you, and then I thought about having a wank. How weird's that? It suddenly occurred to me. I had a 1 o'clock wank.
What fucked up Pavlovian shit have I done to your brain over this?
But that was it. And do you know what you said? That is it different?
Yeah.
The semen itself, it looked different.
Oh yeah, the last one that's like empty.
Yeah.
How was it different?
It looked like really watered down milk. I suppose that's what it looks like anyway. It sometimes looks like cloggy milk, doesn't it? Like it's off milk.
Yeah, it depends on the situation you're in, how
does.
hydrated you are. Maybe you're just very hydrated.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, and you got a bit of a cold.
That dehydrates you, doesn't it? I made that up.
Know.
I've just made that up.
Yeah, that's not based on anything, is it?
No, but your body's working harder to get rid, so it requires more energy, more water, more hydration. So yeah, you will be dehydrated. So I don't know what's going on with my jizz at the moment.
Yeah,
bit worrying. But then again, it's not worrying, is it?
No, it's meant to be different. You know,
I don't know. Is it? I nearly Googled it.
But what are you typing into Google?
Yeah, what is my sperm supposed to look like? After I've had a set, it's weird, isn't it?
I'm sure you can find plenty of videos that'll show you exactly what it looks like.
But yeah, I'm sperm free.
Shooting blanks.
You
can just wank wherever you want now. There's no danger.
No, it's dangerous wanking.
Yeah,
it really is.
See a cat wank on it.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
problem.
No, we've all been there.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm worried about pregnancies. But that's all I've been, mate.
So that's it. It's over.
I had a COVID test and on Monday, but I didn't do it myself. Yeah. I went to a test centre because I had some symptoms. You know what I mean? Sore throat, a slight cough, not really, but and then right, off you go. So I'm off I went, and I've never done it properly. I had my tonsils out when I was a kid, so I haven't got any tonsils, and you've got to stick this thing onto your tonsils.
Yeah,
but I never knew where they were.
Right,
because I've not got any. So I've been sticking it to just the side of my throat, really, just going.
So you could have had COVID for months.
Yeah, I've not been doing the test right at all. I have been sticking it up my nose, right? So what you've got to stick it down your throat first, and then stick up your nose. I've been doing the nose thing right because.
Are you sure it's that order?
Well, that's the thing. People get it wrong, which is disgusting. Nose to mouth. I mean, I could do that. I'm not too bothered about snot.
No.
But you don't want to be doing that. See, it's snot first. But then I was doing it honestly, and this woman was talking me through it, and she was so bored, you could tell. I was the only person there. And
I bet she's done a fair few of them, hasn't she?
She seized on me and she chatted me through it, each and every single different section of the test, what it's about. We had a quick discussion
Micky's
about...
so thick he studied for a COVID test. Such an old school your mama joke.
Yeah, it's good though. I am really thick though.
Yeah, but keeping you on this.
Right. Yeah, and we talked about single-use plastic. She went off on one about single-use plastic.
Isn't she using a single-use plastic to inject you? Oh, she's not giving the vaccination.
No, there's not a vaccination. It's a test.
But what's the test made out of then? Is it not? There's no plastic in the test.
Well, it's all plastic, isn't it?
Right. So that's what she's angry about.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like fucking hell.
You've really got the wrong end of the stick here.
Yeah. But Jesus fucking Christ, like, is she actually complaining about COVID? We've come up with a test for a disease that didn't exist a year ago.
I know.
Is that accurate and cheap? And you're complaining about the fucking material used? I've got no time for it.
I know, but I was gagging I was going like that. It was horrible. It was, and I realised I've not been doing COVID tests at all. Then you've got to stick up your nose, but that's a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, you can almost feel your eyeball kind of thing. It's a good challenge. You see how far you get it up. Everyone's done that as a kid, haven't they? See how far you can stuck. Have you done that?
Yeah, but I think I got a bit scared at a point.
I tell you, I was magicians are really good at it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but like there's hammering that nail in. Like,
yeah,
Pete Furman
because there's a way of doing it where I mean,
creeps me out. I'm sure.
How do you learn how to do that?
Well, when I was little, I'm sure I read something about like Tutankhamun or someone having like a spike in their brain.
Tutankhamun, like Rootin' Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun, that was my cowboy name.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Rootin' Tutankhamun.
Someone like that had a spike through their head, and I got really freaked out by it.
But so they were all right.
I don't think I went.
Were they alive and stuff with the spike?
Mate, my vagueness of this memory is fully complete.
Vagueness of most memories.
Yeah, this one is particularly opaque. I just remember being freaked out by head
word,
spikes.
by the way, though.
Thank you very much, mate. It's my word of the day today.
It's one of my favourite words.
Yeah,
it's another. Do you remember we talked about moreover? It's like a word you can't drop.
I nearly used henceforth in an email today, but I made me laugh.
That's a good one.
I had to delete it.
You can't say that either, can you?
No, so I don't want to write like that.
I have said henceforth. You can say that.
You said henceforth out loud?
Yeah.
In what context?
In a way that is kind of like you're making a point, but you're doing so quite satirically.
Were you like defending...
Is that a word, satirically?
No.
Well, it's an adverb now.
Were you like defending someone in a Victorian
court?
And
henceforth...
I don't know what you mean. Satirically? Is that what you're going for?
Could have been.
All right. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think you can use it. I wouldn't use it in conversation. So when I typed it out, I was like, no, I'm not having it.
It's okay to use it if you're being cheeky and facetious, but you can't use moreover.
Yeah, like I just wouldn't use that. I'm trying to, like, when I write, I try not use like old time, like, because I've read like a lot of like old fucking novels, so I've got all these words floating around my brain.
You don't read anymore though.
No, I don't. But like I've retained the vocabulary. Like all I do is like every time like I read something that's got a word I don't know in, I immediately look it up and memorize it. I repeat it to myself over and over again until I've got it memorized.
So that's your way of memorizing, repetition.
It's the only way, man.
No, there are different ways of memorizing.
It's the only way for me to remember that much shit.
Yeah,
because you can't do a fucking memory palace for all the words you know.
I can teach you how to memorize things.
Yeah, I know you keep going on about this, but like I'm I'll just repeat it in my head. It works.
That is a way of doing it.
Yeah.
It does
work. That's why I know them.
Yeah.
I've been testing it out for 32 fucking years, lad.
Yeah, repetition is key. Repetition is key.
Repetition is key.
And henceforth, I forgot everything I know. Because I was just repeating stuff without really knowing what I'm on about. Do you know what? I'm doing a lot of... have I mentioned this to you about anti-capitalist read? Do you know why I don't like capitalism?
Oh, fucking every week.
No, but do you know why I don't like... It's what they've done to chocolate bars. I can't stand it. I can't stand what they've done to chocolate bars. We discussed it earlier when we saw your Easter eggs.
Yeah.
They've got thinner.
They have got thinner.
The chocolate bars have got smaller.
Yeah.
I'm not standing for that. And I'm not going to go out ranting on Twitter. I'm not going to go out ranting in the world. I'm not going to do that. Rant. I just can't stand it.
Yeah. Shrinkflation, it's called.
Well, they have to constantly maximise profit. So when they can't do it, they can't hit the markets, increase markets, they hit the products.
But you are a man who fucking loves a £1 Easter egg.
I do love
If these were £2 Easter eggs with thicker shells, would you be buying them every week? That's what you got to think about, Mickey. It's the £1 that makes you go, oh, it's only a quid.
I'll throw a quid away.
I'll throw a quid away.
Well, I don't mind it on £1 Easter eggs, but what I don't want, because it's a throwaway bit of chocolate. I'm eating these every day, mate.
Yeah, you're throwing them down your fucking
I don't
gullet.
want them too quick.
Like a fucking pelican.
If I'm going to spend £4 to £5
yeah.
on an Easter egg, heaven forbid £6 to £7 on an Easter egg, which is what they're coming in at sometimes. I've seen some £10 Easter eggs out there.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's incredible.
Tell me about it. Like my girlfriend is posh and loves Easter. I have spent a fucking fortune on Easter eggs in my time, lad. I've got to go top tier or it won't do.
Yeah, it's a favourite holiday. I like that. We discussed it earlier.
Yeah,
I like that.
My missus' favourite holiday. She's obsessed with it.
Yeah, because there's no pressure on Easter.
Well, there is now in my house
there is in
because
your
it's her
house.
favourite holiday. So and she mentions it all the time. And I tell you why she loves Easter, right?
Because Jesus died.
She just fucking hates that Jesus
like
prick.
Jesus, yeah.
Get on that cross, you bastard! You know what you did.
Yeah, with your beard, looking like Mickey P. Kerr all the time.
She has built a Mickey-sized cross in the backyard. It's just we keep having to make it more sturdy so you eat more £1 Easter eggs.
Exactly, mate. But the chocolate isn't that thick, so don't worry about it.
But the reason she loves it is like normally every year for Lent she gives up chocolate, and then Easter is like a binge.
She does that, right?
Well,
Is she
she
religious?
says she does. No, she's not at all. It's just a thing she's always done. But like last year, it failed in week 1 when I caught her eating Jaffa cakes. She was eating Jaffa cakes, and I was like, I thought you gave up chocolate for Lent. And she went, I forgot these were chocolate.
Yeah, I was about to say Jaffa cakes are a bit of a hybrid, really. They're not really. That's not a chocolate bar.
It's fucking chocolate.
Is it? What is it? Is it a biscuit?
It's a cake.
It's
been covered in law, and many of their adverts. Yeah, and like it's one of they've made it into like a Marmite thing where it's adverts now. And like as we record, it is April Fool's Day, and I am thoroughly sick of marketing bullshit. It's the worst day of the year for it because like every fucking marketing person who works for a brand gets one day a year when their boss goes, all right, tweet what you want, and they go, we're making a new pizza at Pizza Hut out of dog's testicles, ha 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 ha.
Yeah,
and it's just so unfunny all day.
To be honest with you though, mate, people like me who don't know what fucking day it is, we actually believe that.
This is the problem. It tricks cunts like you who don't understand what's happening on your phone.
I get tricked at least once a year on April Fool's Day, and it takes me a while to realise it's April Fool's Day.
Did you get it done today?
Back in the day when I was a bit cooler, I wasn't getting up before 12, so it was all right.
This is it, man. It misses me by.
Yeah, it does.
It's also my mum's birthday.
It passes you by.
So I never... All right, are we doing that, are we?
Well, you're the guy that's got the vocab. I'm not. You're the guy that memorised fucking 19th century novels.
Yeah, but just because I know what obsequious means doesn't mean I won't slip over a word every now and again.
What does obsequious... Does it mean someone who's not getting things in the right order?
No, not at all.
Right.
Sort of like I've picked a very hard word to define it. It's sort of like grovelling and snivelling a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, like Gollum.
Sort of, yeah.
Like after the ring.
Sort of a little bit.
Oh, you are so obsequious, Gollum.
Yeah. I've probably got that dead wrong. Like it's the kind of thing. Whenever you say something on YouTube,
I've put pressure on you. You see,
I know, man. Like I'm on.
I'm desperate for some comments to come in of like, you thick cunt, you've not memorised that properly. You're a dickhead.
And I was just
Goodbye.
like, try and think of an obscure word in my head, and that was the best I could do off the top of it.
It is obscure.
Yeah, relatively.
Well, I'd never heard anyone use it in my life.
Yeah. Do you know? Have you ever heard the word floxinausinihilipilification?
No, but I was listening to Will Smith on the way down here, and you know,
getting jiggy with it.
No,
Does he drop that in the middle of
Boom, Shake the Room.
Of course,
absolute classic. And I was thinking, you know, you know when he goes, oh, okay, you know, he doesn't really like shabba. I don't know what's he saying. It's a fucking great bit in pop music.
I don't know. Just Google the lyrics, mate. I'll show you how to find lyrics pages.
Bit, that bit that Will Smith does on Boom Shake the Room when he goes, he says the words, it's fucking great. That I can't even copy it because I don't want to sound too obscusious. What was that word? I don't know. That's a good word. That sounds like a good word, obscusious.
Yeah, it's the sort of word if you said it with enough confidence,
people would be like, shit, I don't want to do it. Yeah, you could make up words, man.
Well, that's what Shakespeare did, wasn't it?
Yeah, he spelled his name 13 different ways.
Yeah, and like he invented like brilliant was one of his words. There's hundreds of words that are his. There's hundreds.
Really?
Yeah, I'll get a list up.
I'm sticking with obscusious.
I'll get a list up of words.
Don't be
that
so
Shakespeare
obscusious.
Came up with. But like, can you imagine being at one of his plays? The first time someone goes, "Oh, that's brilliant," that, and everyone in the audience going, "The fuck is he on about?" Yeah. Does he mean
we'd
brilliant?
be like, "It's brilliant."
Words.
Hey guys from the future.
Here we go. Where's Shakespeare? Mate, the problem is my keyboard's covered in fucking confetti now. 15. Here's 15 for a start. Bandit. That's one of his.
That's one of his?
Yeah. Critic. Shakespeare.
No way. Critic.
Dauntless. Dwindle. Elbowing as a verb. Green-eyed to describe
He didn't
jealousy.
invent elbowing as a verb, mate.
That's a verb.
People were doing elbowing.
They were doing it, but they didn't know what to call it. They were like, what have you just done to me there? I've pointed you. That's what I've done.
I have hit you with my elbow.
I've done an arm punch.
Yeah.
That's what they had to say. It's like the red-yellow thing for orange. Before then,
They never had a word for elbowing.
They never had a word. If you had an orange elbow...
You could tell someone you'd been elbowed.
No,
but no one
couldn't.
Really?
Because that's a verb. It's a form of the verb.
It's past
being
tense.
elbowed. Yeah, but it's still like...
I thought that was present tense to elbow.
Yeah, but to elbow, the past tense of that is elbowed.
I like the way he's invented bandit, though.
Yeah.
Bandit and critic.
Yeah. Do you reckon he invented Crash Bandicoot?
He might have done.
Is there like... does that come from bandit?
It could do.
Bandicoot?
I don't know. Bandit and critic. I mean, maybe he called a critic a bandit. Someone who didn't like him.
Yeah. Maybe combine
Do you reckon
the two.
would they have had critics in them days?
Well, they must have done. Maybe they came new with Shakespeare. Maybe they were like, oh, there's a guy doing plays. Which one of his plays are good? And everyone goes, I don't know.
Yeah, no one's
And then
right about
Brian's
it.
like, I'll tell you what, Merchant of Venice, fucking sick, mate. Hamlet, won't bother, right? And everyone's like, oh, you're good, what are you? And you go, I don't know.
I don't know what I am.
And Shakespeare's like, thou est ein critic.
And in the background, someone's like banditing off with some fucking guns or something.
The fucking hamburger.
What's he?
Yeah.
We'll go to Shakespeare. He'll tell us.
But I don't know how it worked, like, that he would just invent them, because he would just put them in his plays.
Yeah, I mean, the English language was a lot smaller then, but it was still quite rich and diverse.
Yeah, but like, you know.
In terms of its ubiquitousness. That's a word, ubiquity, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I don't know if you used it in quite the right context.
Of course I fucking didn't.
Close enough.
Yeah, but I'm making up words.
Just vibing.
Yeah.
Just vibing the language.
Obscusity.
Mate, you're being Shakespeare. That's what you're being.
Yeah.
If anyone's like, oh, you've made up a word there, it's like, sorry for being inspired by the bard.
Exactly. Yeah. I think you've been indigenous enough already.
That one sounds a bit...
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it sounds a bit like on the... maybe we shouldn't be using that one.
Yeah, it sounds a bit Breitbarty.
It does, doesn't it?
And
indigenous.
Yeah,
okay,
right,
okay, that'll do. That's getting away from it.
Yeah.
We don't want to go digging down that.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to start telling me about fucking skull measurements and shit, mate. All right, fucking chill the fuck out.
Yeah, a different breed, mate. Different breed.
Yeah, like
it's proved in the sciences.
I think that's fucking confidence, you know. Like, I wouldn't do it myself, like make up a word on stage and just expect the audience to get it.
Maybe you just got bored of how easy it was to tell stories, and when I want to make up a word and see if and make sure the audience understand the word by the context.
Maybe it's like a challenge.
Yeah. So like, you know, I suppose brilliant's easy because like that is brilliant. You know, with your thumbs up.
But yeah, he also invented the thumbs up. Actually,
no, he didn't.
No, I just made that up. There was a little second there, wasn't there?
No, not at all. It's like it's a Roman thing, at least, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
With the you're talking to a guy that loves the Roman Empire, man. I've forgotten it all, like, but I'll read it again one day and I'll know more about it than I did before. It's like that's how history works. Keep reading about it, keep remembering.
Were the Romans as big? Like they were the ones with like vomiting and stuff. Not the,
like... weirdly should say that because I was thinking about this the other day when you went to visit the emperor, which was obviously you don't want to fuck up.
Yeah, sure.
The emperor would supply you with endless amounts of food. If you didn't eat everything. Or if you, for one said I'm full, it was seen as a massive kind of like, what's the word?
Fuck you.
Yeah, I want to use a good word.
Yeah.
But it was very, very rude. You don't be rude to the emperor.
Faux pas.
Yeah, it was a massive faux pas, very French.
Yeah.
But so what they did was they had little areas where you would eat with
the vomitorium.
Yeah, where you go be sick
and
come back and eat more.
Yeah, I learned Latin at GCSE. So like, I knew like little bits about that.
Is that what it's called, the vomitorium?
Well, yeah, like they told me. This is a thing I never thought about, right? I had to do Latin after school as a punishment, right? Because I was smart but delinquent. So they made me join the nerd class that met after school. So like,
I don't believe you.
Oh, mate, I've got the report cards.
Have you?
Yeah. Basically, it was like you can learn like, because they were trying to channel my energy into something positive.
Right.
They're like, you're smart, do a Latin GCSE as an extra thing after school. They were constantly trying to get me on the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good teachers, but
they
offered me that option, so I took it. It was better than
Okay, yeah, I
detentions.
say it's good teaching that.
But yeah, one of the things I got taught doing that was that they didn't use when there were V's in Roman times, they didn't have V's. It was all W sounds. It was a soft sound.
Right.
So it was like Weni Weedy Weechy.
Right.
Rather than Veni Vidi Vici. But thinking about it, how the fuck does anyone know that? There's no recordings of people speaking Latin. It's a dead language.
That's correct.
Especially not from Roman times. We don't have Julius Caesar fucking talking. How do you know how he was pronouncing it?
This is true.
So, yeah.
I think some of it will have lasted long enough for people to compare it, perhaps, and go.
But like accents change,
they do.
dialects change. We have no idea.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, because you need a V. A V is a good little word.
Good little letter.
It's a good little letter, sorry.
Yeah.
And V is a word as well.
V?
Yeah.
V?
I just made it up.
All right, what does it mean?
To V.
Yeah.
It means to go for a wee in Germany.
Fuck's sake.
I'm sure that's racist on some level. But anyway, yeah, the V, I know what you mean, though. I'd love to travel back in time. The Roman era.
Is that where you go?
Would be the first of my...
Your top pick? Roman?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
I mean, they lived a lot like us in some respects. Like, imagine... Because they all had, like, it's very political, the Romans, and a quite complex political system with the Senate. The Americans based it on, on what the Romans
Well, that's not worked out.
Not kind of not. But with rude and tooting cow mood. But they would have gone and drank wine, got pissed up. Then they would have gone to the, I'd love the Roman
into
Colosseum.
Burnham, Ween and Beebit.
Well, the Colosseum, the games went on for they'd have 5-6 months of games every day. Yeah. So you go down to that, and it's a huge stadium. You'd have a barbecue. You'd watch some lions get eaten.
Yeah, the Colosseum. Does sound like good crack.
Well, you would be like, you'd be watching death, but you'd be used to it.
Yeah, so you wouldn't, because you'd be going there.
Yeah, but I would take it for what it is. I'd be like, this is what they believe in. These
when
slaves
in Rome,
have got to die.
Literally when in Rome.
Exactly. So you watch a bit of that, then you get, and then, you go down, and there's a bit of a party going on. There's a town. There's sewerage. It's clean. If you're on the right side of the tracks, that is, obviously.
Yeah. You're not going to be.
I don't want to go down and be a slave.
Well, I
don't want to end up. I mean, I hope be the shittest gladiator in the world.
It would not last long.
I would last about 10 seconds. As long as I could run.
You'd be like, in like a pet shop when they feed a mouse to a snake.
Yeah.
That'd be putting you in the gladiator
It would,
thing.
wouldn't it? I wonder how many gladiatorial fights. I mean, I'm sure some of them are brilliant. Yeah. But there must have been somewhere the other guys just lost his shit and ran.
Yeah.
And then,
but where do you run?
I know you can't. But then when you're running for your life, please.
Just going in circles around the edge of it.
See if you can, just time
I think they
them
just
out.
keep. I think the plan was in that case they just kept releasing things that would kill you until it killed you. They just put more soldiers and lions and crocodiles and that.
Yeah, you won't be able to run. The ring would get tighter and tighter.
Yeah. I don't know if I could handle it. I'd be that. This is very problematic, actually. Are there any vegetarian options in here?
Yeah,
this is disgusting.
No, this is very problematic, is it? Well. I'm trying to think of V words and I can't.
But I don't know, man. I think Roman seems a bit heavy for me because it just seems like there's. I don't know. It feels too far back where there's too much can go wrong. I think
what do you mean?
If I could
too much can go too far back.
If I could travel in, because you can't. You can't speak the language, mate. I can barely fucking speak it.
Oh well, I'll take you and my guy. You're Latin, and we just go W. Just speak a lot of W's.
All I can remember is Caecilius inter Burnham, Ween and Beebit, and in Foro Senex Ambulat.
What's that mean?
So that means Caecilius is drinking wine in the tavern.
Caecilius, that's all you need to know.
And an old man is walking in the forum. Those are my only phrases. That's all we've got.
How do you know that? Why would you get taught that?
It's just like, when you're learning languages, you get taught little phrases.
Honestly, do you know what? I remember one in French, right? I remember first ever French lesson. Do you know what I got taught? Je voudrais un croque, monsieur.
Yeah.
Would you like a ham and cheese toasted sandwich? Why the fuck was I taught that first?
Hey,
what did they think I was?
Because they looked at you and they go, "What is he going to need to know?"
I'm in Paris. I've been separated from my parents. My little sister's with me. Don't worry, it's okay. Excuse me. I would like a ham and cheese toasted sandwich, please.
Perfect.
Got this covered, guy. Got this covered, our kid. Don't worry.
You'd be golden.
I need to know general.
Well, this is it. You
terms.
need to know general
terms.
terms.
Don't need to know about a ham and cheese toasted sandwich.
Roman
mate.
times would be absolutely fucked. If I could travel in time anywhere, I'd go to 1970s New York and I'd try and have sex with Debbie Harry.
Yeah, that'll be.
That's my whole aim. Fuck the rest of history.
I think that's a great call because she is the sexiest woman I've ever seen in my life.
Just about.
She was a waitress.
Yeah.
And she wasn't like
I'd go for that era. Pre-smack, pre-fame.
Pre-fame.
Yeah.
She would have been just as fucking banging, obviously. She'd have been,
well, exactly.
I don't think they made it till she was about 30.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's like, imagine a 25-year-old Debbie Harry working in a restaurant for tips.
Yeah.
That's what she was doing.
She'd get more than the fucking tip, lad.
Yeah.
I'll fucking tell you that.
Hey, don't worry, love. I'll jizz inside you and it's fine. No pregnancies.
This is true, mate. You have got that. Do you get a little sticker now? Like 100% spunk free?
Yeah, mate.
Just get a little tattoo on the side of your knob.
Do you know what's weird? I was thinking as well today, because what they do is they tie your tubes up.
Yeah.
But am I still producing little sperms, but they just can't get out? So am I going to swell up? Am I going to burst open?
Do you
with
think
sperm?
your balls are going to gradually inflate?
They might do.
No, I think what happens is this is a wild speculation. I think it's.
Well, I always take your wild speculation as fucking scientifically.
Well, I think
stuff.
after a couple of weeks, that's peak come, right? When you've let it build up for a couple of weeks, that is like the biggest load you'll ever produce.
Right.
So, but I think after that, I think it's got to go somewhere. So you probably are still producing, but I think it sort of like breaks down in your body.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
All right.
You've not got like more and more cum being gradually. No, I think
it's
like
look the size of him.
I think it sort of like dies and.
Can you imagine if that was the case? People just walking around with massive balls.
You'd have to get them drained. You'd have to put a little tap on the side.
You would, wouldn't you? Like draining a knee in football.
Like bleeding your radiators.
Yeah. Just getting the fucking little tap on your balls.
Yeah.
Because wanking wasn't allowed. It's not allowed under religious. Some religions don't allow it, do they?
No, but surely for medical purposes, it's got to be allowed. I don't know. Do you reckon like proper strict religions don't let you get like a sperm test?
Imagine being like, let's go back 300 years.
Right.
So we're in the year 1721.
Yeah. Debbie Harry is definitely too young for me at this point.
Very religious.
Yeah.
There's lads growing up, you're not allowed to wank. So they are literally, until they're not allowed to wank, and they follow it because, imagine that. That's what lads have grown up with.
Yeah, but like...
They would have jizz pouring out of them.
The secret, Micky,
They'd just be like, they'd wake up with covered in jizz and be like, oh, God,
yeah,
I've done
that's
it
what
again.
a wet dream is.
Yeah, I know.
That's
They'd
nature's way
They'd go
of sorting it
whip
out.
themselves, wouldn't they?
It's nature's way of sorting it out. I had one last week, actually.
Did you? What do you reckon they wet dreamed about, though? Like, because everyone's all covered in... There's no sexy women on the fucking telly.
You can imagine pussy. But yeah, like...
Can you imagine pussy, though?
Yeah. Like, they've got instincts. They were doing it just because they were told not to. If you tell a teenage boy not to wank, you might as well tell the tide not to come in. Like, they're going to wank.
Nice pun as well.
Thank you very much. But yeah, like, it's gonna fucking happen, innit? Like, the jizz is gonna come out of them somehow. Then, like, yeah, just get spunky.
They must have been spunking about everywhere, just like, and feeling horrible about it because they're not allowed
they were
to
like
do
full
it.
of shame. Yeah. It wasn't a good system, mate. A lot of people got very sad.
We don't know that, do you?
I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure if you were making people feel ashamed,
they had stronger community bonds back then.
No amount of community bonds can replace
stronger family bonds.
Jizzing. Yeah, I don't care how close you are to your fucking auntie. You're still going to want to jizz, aren't you? You know what? Right, I'm dead horny today, but I think I'll just go see Uncle Gary. That'll be about the same. We're going to play a bit of snooker. That'll sort me out.
Billiards back then, mate.
Yeah, but...
I'll go muck out stable with me granny. That'll
Fucking community bonds. It's a separate part of your brain that deals with community bonds.
Imagine
wank.
your wedding night.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be fucking like, boom.
Man, that's like anyone who saves themselves for marriage is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You are committing yourself to a lifetime of shit sex.
Yeah.
You need to practice. You got to learn on a few people.
I know someone who did that.
Yeah.
I didn't know her when she was young. She's married now, still married. They've just had kids, actually. But they got married at 20 because they were both Christians. Yeah. And they say that 2021... I mean, it must have been...
What a waste of a vag.
Fumbling about, you know.
You're going to both be shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's your first time and you don't know what, like, works for you. And, like, you know, by sleeping with a bunch of people that introduce different things. You know, you pick up, like, a repertoire of moves and skills and attributes. And, like, just, it's the moves thing. You know what you're fucking doing more.
Yeah.
I don't want a fucking novice, right? I don't want someone...
Absolutely, not just lying there.
Who's going to be asking me questions. I want someone...
Yeah, going not too deep.
Who looks at me knob...
And that's just a fucking blowjob.
And goes fucking ham.
Yeah.
Like, I want them storming into my dick like the fucking American troops in Vietnam. I want them flying at it.
That's just, the Viet Cong had just been flashed. I don't know why'd you do that imagery. But I know what you mean. Do you reckon there's some like there must have been loads of times where like a couple's had sex for the first time on the wedding night and it's breakfast in the morning and it was shit.
Yeah, loads of times. Most of the time.
I mean, it must be really awkward. It's like,
especially if you've been like drinking
really
at your wedding.
Looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, well, you can't live up to that. Like, it's too much fucking pressure on something.
Yeah, loads of pressure. She might have, for whatever reason, been in pain, and she said, "Listen, I don't want to do that again."
Well, yeah.
And he's thinking, "Fuck, I've been waiting all my life for this."
And like making women come is hard. It's a skill you learn. You build up your repertoire.
Well, you can learn it
abilities.
if you want, but
you can learn it, or you're just not bothered.
just not bothered with it.
But like, you know, those poor fucking women. You know, like. You learn these things. I genuinely think it's a proper waste. I think if anyone's watching this is with their like partner from secondary school, dump them. Try some other people out. If it's meant to be, you'll get back together eventually. Just go right, split up for a bit, shag a bunch of other people, get some miles on the clock.
Oh, but I don't know. Love is more important than sex, is it not, Rob?
Yeah, but you also don't know.
I'm talking to a guy that fingers his own ass.
Exactly, and also you don't know that you're getting the right thing in the relationship though. It's not just the sex. If you've only had one proper relationship like that, the full complex experience of a whole relationship where you live with someone and you have sex, those are key components of relationships. If you've just been going to the fucking no, they're part of it.
Do you have sex? It is a full-on relationship. I suppose it is. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you've just been to the fucking movies together with your chaperone because you're too fucking Christian to fuck each other, you haven't had the full experience, so you don't know what's reasonable in a relationship.
Are you allowed to like wank each other off and stuff?
No,
it's not. That's not.
There are like, you know, they find like loopholes where like there are some like Christians who are like, I'm a virgin. It's like, that guy just bummed you. It's like, wasn't in the vag. Wasn't in the vag. I'm clear. God's fine with it. Because God traditionally was all about loopholes.
Yeah, he was.
He was all about the letter of the law, not the spirit.
Exactly.
But anyway...
It doesn't say it in the Bible. It does not say in the Bible that he cannot fuck me up the arse, mum.
Exactly. That's basically their loophole.
Oh, he's been doing it like, he's been pounding the shit. I can't wait to get it in here.
I am currently shitting cum.
I am literally, it's killing, but it's worth it, you know. Because I love taking it.
Honestly, when I fart, it sounds like Steamboat Willie. But I genuinely, I think you need to experience different relationships because, like,
spermy shits for me.
I don't know. I think a lot of people get fucked over in early relationships because you don't know the boundaries to set, and you don't know. You just learn from different relationships, and you need to have a few before you learn how to get one right.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but
some people are meant to be together, and they are together, and they have a bloody good life, Rob.
They can have a bloody good
and they've got a fantastic relationship.
Better.
For example, their fucking partner doesn't force fucking Easter on them. They're not panicking at Easter. Going, fucking, I've got to buy a fucking proper Easter egg that isn't fucking tiny, wafer thin.
Oh yeah, what a wonderful life living where you never try and bring joy to your partner.
They're just
boring cunts. No, they are boring cunts.
That could be the case. I also know someone who's a boring. No, she's with someone. They've always been together since she was 16.
Fucking
and I always think, just that you don't know.
You don't know what's out there. It's like you've bought the first fucking house you've seen. You've not gone and looked at the others in the area. You've not compared it to see if it's good value. You don't know how close it is to schools. You've got to check them fucking out.
Yeah, you
can't just wander in and go, that'll do, which is what marrying your 16-year-old boyfriend is doing.
Totally.
I'm dead against it, man. I think like people paint it as this like romantic shit.
I'm not against it, mate.
I'm not against it, but I think have like, you know how like the Amish have Rumspringa, where they have a year where they go out into the real world, and
do they?
Yeah, well, like they send out their kids when they're 18 for a year.
If you want to come back, come back.
Exactly.
If you don't want to come back, then we'll kill you.
Yeah. Then
we will hunt you down and kill you.
Pop, bitch! No, like, it's, but yeah.
So
I think
is that in the Amish community that you can go out
for a
and
year.
go, do you know what? I like it out here.
Exactly.
And what do they say then?
They go, okay.
But you're cut off financially.
Basically, yeah, you're not in the crew anymore.
Yeah.
But, like...
can I come back and visit?
I think it's a nice thing they do.
I'm allowed to come back and visit every
They're allowed
month?
to go and visit. The Amish are
lovely.
quite nice in general.
Oh,
but
are
anyway,
they?
my point is...
Not like the army.
I think if you've had a relationship since you were 16, do a little rumspringer. You got to do a little...
It could tarnish it.
It could, but you got to be grown-ups.
I think these days... Sorry, I've kicked you there. These days, I think it's more complex. There's more things to deal with. We've got more... Like back in the day, you had one partner, really.
Yeah, because you needed a partner to immediately start having 17 kids because you're going to lose fucking 16 to the plague, right? And also, you got to get them working, right?
Yeah,
You've got to get that
true.
7-year-old in the fucking mill.
But
it's a different consideration now, lad. Take your time.
Even 100 years ago, it was the case you have one. You would get together with your partner, and that would be it.
Yeah.
But there was.
We
less...
live in more enlightened times, mate. You can choose.
Are they more
better.
enlightened?
Yeah, I think so on that front. I think because people are like, people didn't get divorced in the back. Yeah, a lot of people stayed unhappy for a long time.
You're on your deathbed, like you're not like I banged over 20 birds, so
I don't think anyone on their deathbed.
Exactly.
No, but I don't think anyone on their deathbed's like, I wish I fucked fewer people.
Well, maybe. Well, I bet some people are.
Look, I wish there was a couple.
What about the ones that died of HIV?
Well, yeah, all right, fair enough. But there's specific odd people. But what I mean is,
the ones that some.
Would you not regret it more if you'd spent 60 years with someone who didn't make you happy? Isn't that far worse?
Well, I'm not saying they don't make it. I mean, what if they do make you happy?
Yeah, but like they most often don't. People who stay together like that, like it's so rare. It's such a unicorn.
It isn't.
It is. And like you just don't know if you've been since you're 16. Look, if you've got together when you've dated a few people in your 20s or whatever, and you've got stayed together till you're 80, fucking brilliant. I think that's the dream. That's the dream. That's what we all want. We all want to be holding hands on a park bench.
We're being told this is how you be happy. You've got to be sexy and cool. You've got to do this, you've got to do that. And it's propaganda constant at us.
Yeah, but like shagging does make you happy, doesn't it?
It makes you cool as well.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you dead cool. Like, you're not going, you tell you who's cool and happy, that virgin over there.
Well, it's more male, though. Like, women can't do it. Yeah. Women can't go around shagging.
Well, they can now, and like more power to them. Like it's been one of the best.
They can and they can't. They still got.
There's still shame, but like I got
like Boris Johnson. Let's say Boris Johnson, who's recently been, he's found out he's had an affair. He's blah blah blah. He's not gone down the. People are actually going. Fair play to you, Boris. But if that had been a female politician who'd left her husband, I'm sure she would be. People would be going, "That's not right." Yeah, and she would go down in the polls.
Yeah, totally. But like that's a very extreme example being prime minister. But people are more liberated. I'm not saying there isn't like more shame that way, but like people are more liberated. That's a good thing, I think. Fucking get amongst it. Have a bit of fun.
Sometimes we do well by we do not subscribe to the dominant male patriarchy because we both rely on our mistresses for money.
Yeah.
At the minute, I kind of do.
Do you know? Have you seen there was a survey out like last week or the week before that showed that like male virginity is massively on the rise, and apparently like a third of men have not had sex in like the last year.
Okay.
On this survey, I mean, obviously this year is very different. So this was like, but like it's following a curve. It's getting more and more, and like in general, younger people are having less sex. Like they're getting sort of more isolated from each other.
Yeah, that is. I've heard that.
You've never got more tools than ever. But the thing is, like apps are like physicality based. So like a few people end up like having far more dates. Is how it sort of works. It doesn't distribute evenly.
Yeah.
But like I think it's sad, man, that there's this generation of men who are sat at home. But it's
and
their
women
fault.
as well, though. It's women as well.
But it's more in men in the according to
yeah, but
survey.
It's always the thing. Like women, if a woman like goes, I want to go out and have sex.
Yeah,
it's
can.
a lot easier for them.
But it's
because they go out
issue.
and just go. Yeah, they might end up having sex with a guy they're not particularly attracted to.
Yeah.
But they go out and go, hi, what's your name? And a guy goes, fucking hell, I'm in.
Yeah, but like the difference on it is like I just think there's more. I don't know. I might just be being an old man here, but I see from like younger kids online, I see more just acceptance of stuff where they're like, "Oh, I don't get laid, so
Well, I've been reading about this a little bit. Like in the 60s, there was a lot of activism.
Yeah,
like people were fucking out on the streets complaining about all sorts of stuff, and that's gone now. The spirit of activism
It's happening all the time. There's literally riots going on right now.
But not as many as there should be, and it's not with the youth aren't out there doing it.
I feel like this is going to be really badly timed because on Saturday there is a huge, in between us recording and releasing, there is a day of riots planned, protests planned all across the country. So I'm just saying, for the Kill the Bill thing, the police and crime.
They're getting involved.
I'm just saying, to save you from the future, you
BLM.
might be going, this isn't happening when it's just happened loads.
No, but there has been. Is it young people though? Is it young people?
Yeah, mate, young people are like more politically engaged than ever, man. Like they're like firebrands.
Well, they've been saying recently it's dropped off, but maybe recently now it's.
Yeah, they're all making placards rather than banging each other.
Yeah, well, that's it.
They're boring little spods.
Well, they need to go out and have a sex party on the streets. But the thing is that the you can't protest anymore with this.
I know, man. Like, I don't like that bill at all.
Do you know what that is? That is an authority that's losing grip on power.
Yeah, it's nakedly authoritarian.
It's the governed refusing to be governed.
Yeah, it's
not consenting to it anymore.
It's not going to end well.
No.
Like, if you remove peaceful protest, you don't remove protest, you remove peaceful protest.
They've moved it in the States.
People will just get violent.
They've removed it in the States.
And what happens at every protest? Ends with rubber bullets and tear gas and fights with the police.
A lot of arrests. But what happens with mass incarceration in the States is it's a good money thing.
Yeah.
They privatised it. So they actually want it. They want people in jails.
To a degree. Like, it's still
there are more people in American jails than added up anywhere else in the world added together.
Yeah, but like
that, there's millions of Americans in jail.
Yeah, the problem is these protests aren't good for them because it's middle class Americans that are getting arrested, and it's middle class Americans. That's not who they want. They want to round up the undesirables and stuff them into prison.
Kind of, yeah.
Undesirables.
Kind of.
So it becomes a problem when, it's why this crime bill is purely a reaction to Extinction Rebellion, and Extinction Rebellion are. They are a bunch of middle-class fannies, but they've also got a point, and their methods are very successful in that they have, basically they try and get arrested to waste police time. They want to be arrested. So this is what these new bills about annoyance and stuff, that sort of language, is about trying to combat their methods.
Now you can get 15 years in jail for something that before you get a £50 fine.
Insane shit, man.
Yeah,
it's proper
it is like in the
worrying
States
shit. I think
with the Extinction Rebellion, I do worry about the climate catastrophe a lot, but I don't. They're getting it wrong because they're chaining themselves to public transport and people can't to fucking work. Well, don't take it out on the people. If you're gonna, this fight is American corporates.
Yeah.
That's where the problem is.
They do all that, but the problem is because of their anarchist structure. It's what happens with any anarchist group. Right? When you don't have any rules, people
just get confused and go, right, I'm gonna fucking chain myself to a fucking train. Fuck it.
Their whole thing is their members are free to do whatever they want. Right. They're organise yourselves in your own pods. It's almost like how ISIS works in cells. So if you take one down,
isn't it?
You can't get the other. So they're like that. So basically, I think a lot of Extinction Rebellion people were like, fucking hell, when they saw that cunt on the tube train. And look, I'm not trying to say Extinction Rebellion.
There's people just going, is that going to get to work? It's just going, well, this is the world's ending.
Yeah,
but I've got to get to work.
That was markedly stupid. But here's one of these things with them. It's I don't have any better ideas than what they're doing, trying to shut down areas of business and stuff like that. I don't have a better fucking idea, and something needs doing. I think it's all a bit fucking drama workshoppy for me for a protest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels a bit like a theatre kid's day out rather than a serious protest.
I think a lot of protesters as well, it makes the thing look, the very thing they're doing makes it look bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're doing this for your own fucking ego, mate. This is something, it's a day out.
Yeah.
It's a day out. No, you don't fucking mean it. And when you start causing people problems, everyday people, it becomes bad for the fucking movement.
It does become bad PR, but it's another one of the things. What do they do?
It's instinctuous, isn't it?
Yeah, they've done some ace shit.
Just made that word up.
Yeah,
you didn't even notice, did you?
I just skipped past it. Okay. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I just glossed.
Instinctuous.
Yeah, I feel really conflicted on Extinction Rebellion because they fucking annoy me, and some of the protests they've done have been so dumb. But I also look around and be like, who the fuck's doing something,
Well, nobody in power. Which
is it? And
do you know what is an interesting stat? Do you know in terms of the world's wealth, American corporations own half of it.
Yeah.
One country the corporate sector from one country owns half of the. That is
It's three people own the same amount of wealth as half the earth.
I think it's about 20.
It's down to 3.
Is it down to 3 now?
Down to 3.
I thought that would be that's the will of capital laid bare.
Yeah,
That's the system we live in, which is incredible.
This is.
I know you look at chocolate bars and you think it's got a fucking end.
Like, I'm all right with the chocolate bar thing, you know. I think chocolate bars need to get smaller. Like, have you had a look around at the people in this country, man? We've all eaten plenty of fucking chocolate.
Well, it's sugar, isn't it?
I don't like the sugar tax, so that did piss me off because it just ruined loads of drinks. And it's like, and that was the first time where I felt like fat shaming was justified, right? Because normally, someone being fat doesn't affect me. It's none of my fucking business. You want to be fat, you be fucking fat. Who gives a shit? But when the sugar tax came in, suddenly I'm reaping the consequences, right?
Well,
now Ribena is not as good.
What's it? There's still kids having shit diets. I think if you'd be an adult and eat sugar, I just think kids should be given. There should be a level playing field for me. If you want to eat sugar when you're older, fine.
Yeah.
Go and be a fat cunt then.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not given diabetes by the time you're fucking 15.
All right, do me an adult version of Ribena then that's got all the fucking sugar in.
Yeah,
we should have like Ribena XXX.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the old recipe.
Yeah,
Put it on the top shelf.
And you've got to drink it in front of another adult.
Only serve it in pubs. That's cool. I've got nothing to, I'm a non-alcoholic.
Good. You could suggest this.
Here we go. Here's a business idea, right?
Yeah.
A pub/cafe that serves old-style, full sugar recipes. If I could get the recipe for old-style Iron Brew, you know how much money I can make in Scotland?
That pub.
Mate, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And, right,
and you've
for
got
meals,
to be 18. You can't, it's not the kids.
Exactly.
You can't get a takeout.
Exactly. And, right, for food, what we serve is big old chocolate bars. So it's a Snickers bar like your forearm.
I am in that fucking pub now. I want a marathon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to have all the old names.
I mean, when Marathon first went to Snickers, that Snickers bar was the ultimate chocolate bar, mate. And that's what I always think about when I think about chocolate bars. Yeah. It was fucking massive. Yeah. I used to eat it.
You were also smaller.
I was small, but I'd take little nibbles of it. And I bought Shoot magazine. And I used to fucking sit on my bed looking out the window, nibbling away at my Snickers bar, reading Shoot magazine. I was 10. I was in the prime, and I had loads of midget gems as well. Yeah. The ones that are hard. Hard midget gems, not soft ones that are shit.
The fundamental reason
I'm sick of this.
You're so worked up about this, though.
Yeah.
In that memory.
Get in that fucking pub.
You're 10. Right, that's the bit that you miss. You miss being 10.
No, man.
You miss being 10.
And I remember the size of it and the shape of it. It were like that. It were massive. I know I was smaller.
This is such a fucking dad rant.
But
no, in the past, right? You don't get it, right? It was proper in the past.
I love Snickers, man, and they've really fucking turned their back on me now. I get now it's shit. It's a different toffee as well. Is it the sugar tax that? Is it?
Maybe. When
did you get this pub invented where we go, I want all it's fucking 18 plus.
Yeah.
And can you serve alcohol in it as well?
Yeah.
How about old mead? Really all the alcohol's like old school alcohol.
That's it. Like, I'm gonna serve booze, but it's all like discontinued brands. So it's gonna be like Skoll on tap.
Yeah.
And like Hofmeister.
Oh God. I think the only problem with this is you can't get
Snowballs, Baby Sham for the ladies.
Yeah, Baby Sham.
To be honest though, I do fear that the clientele that this retro pub would invite would be a lot of people with bulldog tattoos on their neck, like, hey, this is how it fucking used to be.
Exactly.
It's a bit faragey.
A bare knuckle fight as well in the corner.
All right, I do like bare knuckle boxing. It's fucking.
Let's have that, and it's got sawdust on the floor. You can take your dog in.
Yeah. Dogs encouraged.
Oh, fucking
Although,
right.
not around mine, but no, my dog's the only one allowed.
You're allowed to take your kid in and beat it as well.
Right, is your wife nagging a bit? Come down to Rob's Fun Pub.
Oh, it's like 1970 again. And guess what? Debbie Abbey's there as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
Blondie on the jukebox.
I'm a little worried. by the connotations. I haven't thought.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Through.
Yeah, we'll just go back to the nice things that happened in the past.
Yeah. Okay, none of the bad ones. We've got modern attitudes. We're going to do, what was that programme on Netflix, like Bridgerton, right? So it's like the past, but with modern attitudes.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll do that. Everyone's welcome, but we've got big old chocolate bars.
Yeah.
Yeah? Hey, if you're non-binary...
It just says Irish, blacks and dogs and nose crossed out.
Yeah, just like with thumbs up next to...
Hey!
Right? Because big chocolates are for non-binary people too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Binary, non-binary, that's a binary, and they,
wherever you
he,
are,
she, her, them, they.
Everyone
says that at the top.
can have a big tin of Quality Street.
Yeah. Oh, that's another. That they've gone downhill as well.
Yeah.
Bit softer.
Bit softer.
Everything's a bit softer. Too bloody soft these days.
Why do you want your chocolates harder? Why do you want a hard toffee?
I want to struggle to eat it. I want it to be a bloody journey.
Well, just like put it in the fridge. Then it gets harder.
I'm not that patient.
This is true. You're like, I want hard chocolate, but I want it now.
Yeah.
Only eat them in winter outdoors.
That
would make them hard.
Yeah. Well, I want to eat it in the summertime indoors.
Yeah. Do you ever with like so I'm the opposite. I like a softer sweet myself. Like if I'd get like a refresher bar or something like that, or an iron brew bar, I'd pop them in my pocket for a bit to warm up.
You're right about refresher. You can't
got to warm it up. It's too claggy in the teeth.
Yeah, you got to warm a refresher up, and the way that it chew. If you eat a refresher, it snaps.
Oh, the shards.
Yeah, you've fucked that refresher. It doesn't deserve that.
It's the only way to truly experience the powder in the middle, though, is to crack a cold one.
That is true.
Otherwise, it subsumes into the bar.
It's quite nice to melt it in your mouth to beat it.
But I am a proponent of the pocket method if I'm having a chew bar. I'll be honest with you though, in my 30s, my chew bar consumption has drastically declined.
My teeth can't do it.
Mate, my sweet tooth has gone a lot. I still have chocolate like daily. But fudge.
Your
I used to eat loads.
Change like crazy.
I used to eat loads of Haribo.
Me too.
I'm vegetarian now, so I can't. But even so, I just got off it.
Yeah, I could. The amount of sweet I could use to get round boxes of them. I could do that in a day.
Oh mate, I used to eat a bag of Haribo a day in my early 20s.
Oh, me too. I could knock them out when I was a kid. But sort of early 20s. You do. Your taste buds change massively. You get.
I like dark chocolate now, mate. I'm that old.
Yeah, I can taste sugar in things where I couldn't before.
Yeah, sugary.
Just taste it nice.
It's sugar.
It's a bit too sugary.
Yeah, no, I'm like that now, man. Yeah.
I like bitter things, like olives.
Yeah. We'll get to dark No, I don't like olives. I used to have a joke where I said I loved olives just for the purposes of the joke. And my missus saw me do it live when we were first dating. I remember her face being aghast because we'd been for a meal earlier in the night. And like I'd been like, oh, I fucking hate olives. And then I'd been on stage and be like, I love olives. And I just remember her being like... She was sat like that in the audience. She was like
lying to me already.
She goes, "You love olives?" And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "You said you know." She said on stage, "You love olives." I go, "Yeah." I sort of make some stuff up sometimes.
That's what bit of comics
it's
about.
A joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
She got dead angry at me for that.
Was she? Who's the real you?
This is it. She was like, "I just don't even know."
Yeah, I don't know you anymore.
I just don't even know you. Do you like them or not? But no, I don't, man. I don't like anything with in that sort of. It's not the bitterness. It's a sort of like pungent. Flavour that makes me feel a little nauseous. Same as pesto and black bean stuff. It's in a similar genre of flavour to me.
Pesto's great, man.
Not a fan, mate. I'm not a fan of pesto.
What pesto have you had?
I've had plenty of pestos, mate. I've been going out with middle class birds my whole life, mate. I've had plenty of fucking pestos. Just not a fan of the overall.
I was about to say, have you been with a middle class woman on a meal and eating pesto? But you obviously have.
Loads of times, mate. Yeah, loads of times.
Olives are great. They say if you eat an olive a day for a month, you'll love them. But why? What's the fucking point?
Yeah, like I could just eat a grape now and enjoy it now.
I love olives.
Yeah.
Like sometimes as a snack, I'm thinking I want to have a snack.
Yeah.
And in the olden days when I was a kid, I would have had a chocolate bar or some Haribo and sweet stuff. But now,
point at me one now, they're fucking tiny.
Shit. Yeah, they've let me down. I've turned my back on chocolate bars to some extent. Oh, they've turned their back on me. Bloody capitalists. Anyway. And then you start thinking outside the box, and you start thinking, do you know what I'd like? Olives and cheese. Olives and cheese with a bit of Parma ham.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm doing stuff like that. I'm concocting it.
Making cheese
late
boards.
night, midnight snack.
Full middle class,
yeah, totally.
So get us a bit of the Serrano ham.
Especially if you're having a bit of wine.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I love a cheese board. I do love it. I love all that, mate. I'm big into
great.
like fancy cheese. It's like
don't like soft cheeses though.
Oh man, I like all cheeses. Like
I don't mind them. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like. I like a hard cheese.
Yeah, you like hard everything apparently. You like hard toffees.
Yeah, right.
You like hard cheese.
I don't like soft
you
food.
Like hard dick.
Yeah, and a bit of spit come out your mouth.
I know it
sicko.
Did. Sorry, my mouth just ejaculated.
Yeah, it did. You were thinking about me liking hard dick. Yeah.
Right, you can talk. You thought about me and had a wank earlier.
That is true.
One thing I didn't ask actually, like we just ended up skirting on from that. After you thought about me, did you put on pornography, or did you just have an imagination wank thinking about me?
I thought about you a lot in the imagination wank. Is that what it's called? An imagination wank? Is it an
imagination wank? Yeah.
Is that a thing? Or have you made that up?
Sort of. I don't know.
We should make a word for it.
Yeah.
Should we make up a word now?
Imagiwank.
Imagiwank.
Yeah.
It feels a bit obvious that.
All right. Well, I've not got any better
Let's
suggestions.
not have the word wank in it.
Okay. Well, people can write in. Oh,
yeah. Let's come up with a word for it. You're masturbating and you are visualising in your imagination, but when you say the word, it's not obvious that it's an imagiwank.
Mate, I've just remembered. I was saying people can WhatsApp us on 07520 oh shit, I forgot it. 07520 665 442. It's 07 I love you, the code for 520. Don't know why. Nearly the Devil 665 442 football formation. You know, every week we've been like, oh, text us in, and you're like, oh, has anyone texted in? I'm like, I don't think they have. I realised I've just not got notifications on the app, so we've had a bunch.
Have we not been replying to them?
I've not replied to any cunt. So if you've not, if you
don't call them cunts.
No, they are. I mean, I use it like person. You know, I use cunt the way black people use the N word. I use it like that. Like that cunt over there just means that person.
Which is still your best joke.
Yeah, right. But yeah,
that is one. You've got to watch his special to understand what's happening.
Watch Too Big to Fail, you'll see. But yeah, we've had some like dead nice ones. Just like no one's put their fucking name on them, though.
Put your name on.
Put your name on, because I've just got a load of messages.
What a set of cunts, eh?
No, yeah, fucking dopey cunts. But yeah, someone put here, I feel like Greg needs to give Mickey a helping hand on his 20th wank. Test this theory, some spur is reserved for someone else. Then text, who the fuck's Greg? Rob. They've had an autocorrect issue.
I love that. So you could be called Greg on autocorrect.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
My favourite one,
Greg, that don't make any sense. Rob and Greg. Rob's 3.
I don't know how they've really fucked that up.
Yeah, they have.
I don't think it's autocorrect.
Why don't you just, when you're texting us, try to slow down?
I think what they've done is they thought I was called Greg and then checked afterwards.
No, they don't think you're called Greg.
I don't know. Anyway.
Maybe they were thinking of Greg.
So, like, this is one we've got. No name attached to it. Can you read that?
Scrap Butty.
Just Scrap Butty. That's the whole...
I think that's what we could call an imaginary.
Just going to go for a bit of a scrap butty.
Scrap butty, mate. Yeah. I'll leave the phone here.
But yeah, all right, I'm down with it. Scrap butty is full on code work now for an imagination wank. But yeah, if you want to text us in, send us videos. If you found a funny video on the internet, send us it. We'll watch it on here and have a laugh about it. Send us
your own scrap butty that you made.
Yeah, tell us about your scrap butties.
Send us a little video of it and we'll blur it out.
Don't do that. I don't want to be. Please don't get people to send me wanking videos.
Why not be funny as
It's not on your fucking phone. Don't send me videos of you wanking, but do include your name on any correspondence.
If you feel like doing that, don't be so anti-homoerotic.
What, you think I'm kink shaming by not wanting people to send me videos of them wanking?
Exactly, you're kink shaming. That's exactly what you're doing.
The problem with kink shaming is some of them fucking love it.
You're trying to cancel fucking wankers, man.
I am trying to cancel people who send me videos of them wanking. Yeah. I would like to cancel that, please.
Do you ever get superstitious?
All right, before I will answer that.
Yeah.
How did your brain get there? How did your brain go from that to that?
I'll be honest with you.
You've been trying to get this in for a while.
I've been trying to ask you for about 6 weeks. Just keep forgetting.
And that was the moment. You're like, here's a chance.
I just thought to myself, we're talking about sending Rob wanking videos. I'm gonna ask that question. What is that question? That's the question. Are you a superstitious person?
Not at all.
I think you might be.
Right? Why?
Are you not at all?
Not really. No. I think it's all bollocks, mate. I'm very much like, I'm like really rational. I don't believe anything without evidence.
Fair dues. I am also, I'm both. I'm rational and superstitious.
I'm the opposite, mate. I will happily tempt fate. Strike me down, God, suck my dick. Like I've
done that a few times and it's worked. Yeah, it's never struck me down. But is that what I'm saying?
Nah, like I don't believe in any sort of jinxing, superstition.
No, I don't. But
none of it.
What all human beings do is we take different bits from different stories. So we rationalise things and we go, I'm a rational person, but also we'll hold on to a little bit of superstition.
Right. See, I'm not that. I'm like full on like skeptic.
Right. I've got quite a few that I can't let go of.
Right. What are they?
And the other day, do you know when you see a magpie? Right. You've got to go, hello, Mr. Magpie, and go like that. Yeah. But I couldn't remember what it was called, and I called it a mockingbird. And then I was worried all day. I was like, hello, mockingbird. I was like, what's it called, man? Oh. I was like that for and all day I was like, fucking hell, no bad happens.
Yeah, did it?
That's weird. No, I don't think so. I can't remember.
Well, no, obviously
I got told when I was about 13, If you walk over 2 greats, it's good luck.
Yeah.
3 greats is bad luck, and 1 great drains your luck. And I've nearly been run over on countless occasions trying to.
That's the bad luck, dickhead.
I know. Trying to get out of the way of fucking 3 greats. I'm veering onto roads.
Just for.
I'm walking on the street doing all these fucking signs if I see stuff.
Just like
But I'm quite rational.
Like olives. You know, you're meant to eat olives every day for a month, and then you'll like
Try
them.
walking over 3 greats.
Every day for a month. There's no correlation. All anyone does is something bad will happen and they'll go, oh, what do we tie it back to that I haven't done?
Your prejudice and your biases always confirmed, isn't it?
It's just bullshit, mate. There's no link between shit like that. There's just not.
Have you not got anything that you're a bit superstitious about?
Really not.
Have you not tried sitting in different positions about Leeds games and stuff like that?
Nah, I have no impact on what's happening.
Oh, that happens to me.
No.
With the London thing, right? With the London curse, well, Leeds United lose. Honestly, the amount of stuff I tried. I was sitting upside down and shit like that, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why do we keep fucking losing?
I'm just not that much of a narcissist, mate. I think if a football team loses
it's like,
in a city at the other end of the country, I don't put that on me.
You are that much of a narcissist.
Yeah, but in different ways.
Yeah.
In different ways.
I'm not saying don't get out of this.
Not in that way, though. In that way, I'm not connected.
You're in prejudice.
I'm in prejudice.
It's fun making up words.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, and in a way, they all make sense.
Yeah.
What do I mean by prejudice?
Mate, I honestly don't know.
You're in bed a lot.
I'm in bed a lot.
Yeah, and you're consumed with your own thoughts.
That's not a bad word, imbedginess, yeah.
Imbedginess.
Wrong context for what you just said.
Oh, is it imbedginess?
I don't know, mate. It's your fucking word, isn't it?
Yeah, imbedginess. Do you know what I don't like? I was thinking on the way here. I don't like words that go from P to B. I find like Peterborough. I don't like that.
Right. Oh, so you're not talking about just next to each other, like terbium.
Yeah. Like, BP.
Yeah,
that's
I bet that drives you fucking mental.
No, that's all right, because it's B first.
Right.
I don't like lead.
But when someone gets a personal best, you're like, fuck!
when I see lead on the fucking...
Fuck you, lead!
Well, no one ever says... They always say lead, don't they? You just read PB.
Yeah, no one says polumbium.
No. A PB, I don't like it at all.
What's wrong with going from P to B?
It don't feel right.
Peter Barnes, you don't like him?
No, don't like the way he sounds.
Yeah. PB,
I don't know why.
No, I don't either. There's no reason for it.
I find it... I think it's to do with, like, when I'm putting, like, songs together and singing or when I've been doing rhymes, it doesn't feel nice on the rhythm, on the flow. You
don't rhyme consonant sounds, though. You rhyme verb sounds.
Yeah, but you can. Yeah, but the consonants consonant sound. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is vowel sounds might start with a P. Like, for example, I'm off for a P.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an E, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's a P at the start.
What?
I'm getting confused.
You're confusing me.
Yeah, it was just a random thought I had on the way. I wasn't driving here in the car.
Yeah, you're like, what can we talk about on the pod? P's and B's, that'll do it.
P's and B's.
We'll easily get 40 minutes out of that.
Excuse your P's and B's. Don't go there. It's annoying.
I don't think I've got anything like that. But, like, there is a thing I noticed that, like...
You're in bedginess, aren't you? So...
And there are no... Like, words that start with an SL are always
Slick.
bad. Always something like bad or gross.
Slick.
Yeah, but, like, it's like an oil slick. It can be, like...
Right.
And a bit slick, like a bit greasy.
Well, actually, when it comes to
Slag.
Yeah.
Slap.
Well,
slop. Slime. Slut.
Yeah. You're right. With slang, though, slang ends up being the opposite. Slang, yeah.
That's a slur.
Yes, and that's okay.
It's okay, but it's still sort of like dirty a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's a bit grimy, slang.
It's a bit dirty,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's not like a positive word. It's not like an...
Yeah, slang would not be something you use in, for example, a job interview. It would be something... It's seen as street guttery.
Yeah.
Gutter language.
Sleazy. Sloppy. Big sloppy knockers.
Yeah, you're right, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that is...
Slippery.
Well, do you know what I'm going to do now?
Yeah.
I'm going to make one up.
Oh, hello. But it's got to sound right. And if you put the slur, I think it's one of those like language rules that's ingrained in us that we don't know. Sluscious.
Yeah. What? That sounds nice, mate.
What? So like you've had a delicious raspberry flavoured ice drink.
Yes, it's luscious. It's luscious. It's something that is really nice.
Yeah.
In bad weather conditions.
Just sounds like Sean Connery complimenting a cocktail. It's sluscious.
It does, doesn't it?
I'm not sure I'm having Schlushes.
Slushes is like what?
Sounds like you've had a fucking stroke.
Yeah, it does a bit.
Schlushes.
All right, I'll go with something else then.
All right, have a think though. You can come back to me on this. It's fine. You know, you can take some time to have a little think.
Yeah, because when you're making a word up, you won't go SL.
This is it. I don't think it's.
SL's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bad ting.
Bad. Yeah, definitely not be using ting, I think, as a 38-year-old white man.
I saw a video the other day where someone was taking piss out of man and ting.
Yeah.
Is that how kids speak these days?
Yeah, sort of. But
they use the word man, don't they? Man doing this, man do that.
Yeah, but
I quite like it actually.
Yeah, like that. That's
funny.
It rolls off well, and like the problem.
Man be like.
The problem I always get when there's like middle-aged white people being like, yeah, like man, them and ting. It's like that is slang that's come from black people. You know, it just
What's
always
wrong with it?
It's
been culturally appropriated.
It just feels a bit gross when middle-aged white people are like, hey. How do they talk? I'm always a bit like...
Do you reckon, like...
Bit sus for me.
Do you reckon some, like, young black people use middle-aged white slang in there, like, taking piss?
Like, henceforth.
Yes, henceforth,
henceforth,
moreover...
man dem.
Yeah. Moreover, I shall be seeking to reunite with my... compatriots.
Yeah, maybe that's the angle they should go for.
That was I'm going out to see my mates.
Yeah.
By the way,
like
just
now
to go that as my middle class slang. Man.
Now that like you know it's because what always happens is like young, cool, predominantly black kids invent cool slang, and it sort of comes out of there, and then it goes to like gradually less cool people until eventually your mum knows about it and it's dead.
Yeah,
and then it starts again.
But by the time,
so maybe that's the next wave of reclaiming posh language.
We need to reclaim.
We need to take this to
on the streets, man.
Yeah, so what are we going to do? Like fucking youth pastors, like, hey kids, we've got a great idea.
Have you ever seen Bridgerton? Because, but yeah, we're
going to need to get, like, the problem is, like, it always comes from, like, music, though, so we're going to need to get, like, rappers on board.
Yeah,
we're going to have to start speaking to, like, if anyone watching this, if, like, Krept and Conan are watching this, Stormzy would be great. He'd be ideal.
Oh, man. Like,
Gigs, hit me up, mate. JME would be a bonus.
I can't think of any, like, 17th century kind of, like, gentleman slang at the moment.
It's all right. We'll get some like Lord Byron poetry.
Yeah,
we'll get him to read that. And like,
just a beat, man. Yeah. Henceforth.
just henceforth.
Moreover.
Yeah,
that's a chorus. Henceforth.
Instead of pow, the chorus is just henceforth.
Yeah. Henceforth. Henceforth. Moreover.
You can just tell that you've not listened to any hip hop since 1992.
Not really, no.
Yeah, that was proper like.
What does it go like now?
More now, it'd be like, and then it'd be like.
I can't stand that high it sounds.
Henceforth.
Oh, what's this? You ready?
It'd be like.
You ready? I've got this.
Yeah.
Tell me. You ready? Oh shit! Hold on. That sounded like that sounded like a bloody Native American.
Yeah.
Henceforth. That's it.
Yes,
that
was sick, man. That's it.
I've basically invented a new type of music. What's it called?
Well, the problem is there was a really fucking lame thing a few years ago called chap hop, where it was like middle class white people.
We'll just make a word
doing
up
this
for it,
basically.
Mate.
We'll come up with a new genre.
Do you know what it's called?
Yeah,
slewed.
Yeah,
because it's rude.
Yeah,
but it's cool. And it's an SL, so it's got that kind of like negative connotations with it.
Okay, we can. I'm fine with the word. We're gonna have to drop the fucking youth worker explanation that comes along with it.
Okay, yeah, fair dues.
It feels a bit like you've walked into a room, put your chair backwards, and been like, "Hey kids, what's the rap?" Yeah. Hey, what is that a textbook? We don't need that.
Throw that out the window.
Just hey, right?
No, keep the pencil because we might be writing some sick beats down with words. If that makes sense to you, gang of peeps.
Don't call me Mr. Kerr. It's Micky to you. So
totally,
and kids can see through that, man. Like, kids sniff that shit out in a fucking
I'm not a teacher.
second.
I'm more your mate. So
yeah, exactly.
Throw that textbook out the window. I love that. That is so. It's so. We've all had that teacher as well, haven't we? I've never been that teacher, by the way.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's a bit more like it's ultimate lameness. It's like when it's so transparent when you're a kid, you're like, fuck this cunt. I had someone
backwards.
I had like
backwards.
We had a new teacher.
What we're doing this anymore? Book out the window.
Well, I was doing psychology at A level. right?
So I wanted to do that.
So we're all,
I wish I'd done that.
It's fine. But we're all
Was
like,
it shit? It looks shit.
But we were all
what you
we're all
just
17,
said.
right? And we're all doing A levels. We're all trying to go to university.
You're fingering your
We're
ass
all,
like fuck. At this
exactly,
stage,
mate.
aren't
It's
you?
red raw.
Yeah.
And like this fucking new like student teacher who got like let loose on us. She comes in and she goes,
Fit?
yeah, but
Cool.
like which doesn't particularly help when you try to control a room of rowdy boys.
No.
But like and like, but yeah. That wasn't the main memory of the experience.
All right, I always ask that because I'm incredibly misogynistic.
Exactly.
But I also think about what
It's also, you're trying to paint a picture.
I'm going back to that time.
We're talking.
I want some fit teachers, man.
We're talking fit for a teacher when you're a 16-year-old lad, but like we're not talking a model.
Yeah, anything above 4 out of 10,
Exactly.
You're happy with that.
But I fucking hated her anyway because what she made
why?
us do, right? She made the whole class. She made us like we had to like have little paper hats made out of different coloured paper, and if we wanted to answer, we had to take the red hat off and put the green hat on.
You're 17 years old.
17 years old doing.
And she made you do this.
Doing psychology for A levels to try and get to university, and she's made us put different hats on when we have an answer or we think we know or whatever. And I'll be honest, it did not happen.
I was that some kind of test she was testing you with? Maybe she was doing her own little bit of research.
She looked.
How much could you humiliate children before they turned around and said no?
Well, it was exactly that much. No, she looked genuinely distraught when the lesson went to shit. Yeah, but like, don't be a fucking patronising cunt, innit?
Yeah, not everyone doing a psychology degree is a fucking wet pussy. And like, my name's Rob Holland. Too big to fail.
Too big to fail.
Rob Holland. Did I just call you Rob Holland?
He did call me Rob Holland. Mulholland.
I think Rob Holland's better. Rob Holland.
I'll edit my surname then, shall I? I'll go tell the clan.
Yeah.
I'll go back to... it's a fucking historical clan, mate.
It's
Came
Mull,
from
isn't it?
Ireland
Yeah.
to Scotland.
Mull.
Yeah, like
Mulkintyre.
They went from Ireland to Scotland and fucking took shit over up there. Hard as fuck, mate. We've got a clan song. We ain't changing it.
What's it go like?
Well, I don't know the tune. I don't think anyone knows the tune. Some words have survived. It's here's to all Mulhollands, keepers of the bell, and to all who stand against us, damn you all to hell.
Is that about wanking as well? That is literally keepers of the bell.
Yeah, we're fucking keepers of it. But no, I reckon we had a sick bell at some point that we're like, fucking look at our bell, you can't touch it.
Well, it's a castle, isn't it? The castle's got a bell on it and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. We came from Ireland to Scotland.
Well, you're quite tall, so maybe like the bell tower people.
Yeah,
like,
I reckon
I'd stick the bell on.
I don't know about other Mulhollands, if there are any other Mulhollands out there, because there's quite a lot of us. Like, there's quite a lot of other Mulhollands about.
I can't say
they're big.
I don't know another Mulholland.
I've met a few different like families over my. Obviously, it's more of a thing that I look out for. But like, there's a few of us about. Yeah,
it was like there's a few.
I don't know if they're all big.
Yeah, there's a few Kerrs, but I've never seen a Mulholland in the public
wild
space.
Yeah,
in the wild.
Well, there's
apart from yourself.
Yeah, there was John Mulholland was the guy who he built aqueduct, in LA that brought water to LA. So that's why there's Mulholland Drive.
Oh, right, that's correct. Mulholland Drive. I've heard of that.
Yeah, I've got me and my family had a photo under that when we went to LA.
Of course you did.
That's us.
Yeah.
Our fucking street lad.
Yeah, that is like literally one step down from the fucking teacher that turns the cat backwards and goes, hey guys, throw that textbook out the window. You won't be needing it for the next hour.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I wasn't cool when I was 9.
Yeah.
I should have been like, this is hack.
To be fair, Mother and dad.
Mother, can we out? Not dad by that point. He was long gone. Yes. Long gone,
Fair
mate.
dues.
Fucking...
Fair dues.
But yeah.
Have you ever spoken to him since?
No, not since I was like 15, mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't like seen him fucking forever. Oh, here's an emotional fucking turn.
It's not
Jesus
for me.
Christ. No, it's fucking fine for you. It's fine for me as well. But yeah, like
we can chat about it.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? Like, it's up now. But yeah, like I haven't seen my dad since I was like 15 or 16 at my granddad's funeral.
Oh, right.
And yeah, he was just a bit of a shit dad. He was just always in and out of my life. We'd turn up every now and again. I wouldn't see him for ages.
He's never got in touch.
Well, since then, he basically what happened was after my granddad's funeral, he was like, when we left, he was like, "Oh, I'll get in touch and we'll sort out, doing something." And I just thought to myself, "All right, we'll leave that and we'll see," because I normally got in touch, so I just didn't. And then I haven't heard from him in 17 years.
Wow.
I mean, like he messaged me on Facebook a while ago, like a few years back, going, "Oh, I see you do comedy. Do you want to, like, because he's in the army. He's like, oh, do you want to do a charity gig for Help for Heroes?"
So thanks, Dad.
So I haven't seen him in a fucking decade.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
So he's just kind of a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah, he sounds like a right dick.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of not that arsed. Well, it was an issue when I was a kid, but like now,
Of course it was an issue when you were a kid.
But yeah, it was shit, man. Like he was just a really shit dad. So just like, you just let it go, innit? Like, so you can fucking do.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad wasn't shit. He was a bit shit at times, but he was around.
Yeah, all right. So don't fucking complain, mate.
Yeah, I can't. I can't compare my experience, can I? I can't. No. Yeah, it does sound fucking horrible because the kids.
Yeah, it was weird, man. It was the in and out thing that fucked with me the most, definitely. Like, there was a point where, like, I remember once when I was a little kid, I hadn't seen him in, like, over a year. I hadn't seen him. And bear in mind, my mum was always like, you can come and see him, despite him being a bit of a dick to her. You know, he was like, she always was like, the kids need to see the father, whatever. She always had, like, total open access.
Have you got brothers and sisters, by the way?
It's older sister. She fucking hates me, dad. But yeah, like, he turned up after, like, I hadn't seen him for, like, at least 18 months. I hadn't seen him at all. And I'm like 8. And he came in to, like, deliver our Christmas presents. And he came in and he stood in the hallway and, like, gave, like, my mum this sack, and, like, really awkward. And he never left the hallway. He was there for, like, 5 minutes, just stood in the hallway, coat and shoes and everything on, and then just left and got back in his car.
What a strange man. He has a lot of issues to deal with.
That was brutal, man.
That is
when I was a little kid, man, that fucked me up. Like, I
suppose if you don't have a dad, you get used to it. You get used to whatever your situation is. But if he's coming in and out, it's confusing.
It was a head fuck. And, like, yeah, he said to me in that message, actually, like, I never replied to it because I was too fucking angry. And I was like, there's nothing that good can come of that. But yeah, he was like, it was just a fucking lot, man, when I was a little kid, definitely. But yeah, he said, like, oh, I'm proud of you being a comedian. I wanted to be like, well, it's your fucking fault. Like, you know, it's not a good thing if your kid's a comedian. That's not a fucking gold star as a parent. You've fucked up. Like, every comedian I know has some sort of shit that's fucked him up a bit.
Yeah.
And, like, that's my one. So, like, you know, don't be fucking proud of that, innit?
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't want this to be a massive sob story. It's genuinely, I've got an amazing mum who more than made up for it. And, like, my childhood was good.
You're a level-headed comedian.
I am now.
One of the most level-headed comedians. Not that you're level-headed. I wouldn't never say any comedian is level-headed.
Yeah.
But you are one of the most emotionally kind of, like, you know, level people and on the comedy circuit I've seen.
Yeah, a bit, yes and no. In some ways I am, in some ways I'm not. Like,
comedians are just fucked up people.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I fucking love them. That's why they're me folk. But, like, yeah, like, but yeah, I don't want this to be a mad sob story because, like, genuinely, like, my childhood was nice. Like, overall, like, that was an issue. But, like, my mum's fucking amazing. So, yeah, I genuinely don't think I missed out looking back now. Like, now I'm like, you know what, that was, out of all the results you can have, a distant dad and a really amazing mum, that's not so bad. A lot of people have a lot worse family fucking situations than that shit.
That's a good way of looking at it, and it's actually right.
I've got one amazing parent. Like, loads of people don't have that shit, man. You've got to, like, you know, without wanting to be too much of a fucking hippie, you've got to focus on the good shit because, like, there's plenty of bad shit if you want to look for it. So, like, you just got to be on that tip, innit, man?
Absolutely.
And also,
mate.
Like, there is a point, right? This is one of my, like, pet peeve rants, like, I think there comes a point where you've got to stop blaming your parents for anything, right? Your parents are humans. They may have fucked up massively. They may have fucked you up massively. But if you're in your 30s, it's your shit to deal with now. And you've got to make sure you're not passing it on to future generations. It's sad whatever happened to you. You know, there are limits to this, of course. If anyone was, like, molested, I'm not speaking to them like, fucking get over it.
Yeah.
But, like, there are limits where I see grown adults making excuses for their behaviour based on their childhood long after they should. And there comes a point where you got to take grip of your own life and go, you know what, I'm not letting that define me anymore. I'm not going to be angry about that anymore. I've got to be a better person.
The most important years of your life are your childhood because it defines who you are. And the most important years are years 1 to 5.
Yeah, man.
Actually.
Yeah.
That's where...
that's where you're formed as a human.
Absolutely. And if you're ignored...
Yeah,
beaten or what, you know, it's when you it's when your body and your brain's working out what you are, and
totally.
if the input is bad, and like even, you know, it has disastrous consequences. Sometimes you can't get over it.
I'm not trying to like not have empathy for that. What I'm saying is you can either, like, in that situation where you got that damage from childhood, you can either have that damage and have it fuck up the whole rest of your life, or you can intensely work in incredibly difficult ways in order to make your life more positive going forward.
It's the only choice. Spectrum,
it's the only choice.
Like, you know,
obviously, I'm not speaking to everyone here. I'm speaking to a very narrow sector of that who haven't experienced the worst shit.
Absolutely,
I wouldn't dare judge anyone like that.
Some people don't ever grow up, though. Some people are always children.
I know. This is who I'm talking about. The people who are like, oh, my dad was a bit distant when I was a kid, so like, but you're in your 30s now. You got to fucking.
I know I'm a massive slag. It's great.
Well, own it then. Own it. That's fine. Like, but you know, like there's. I just think like with stuff like that, like my level of disappointing childhood.
Yeah.
You just gotta fucking get over it at some point and be your own fucking man, woman, whatever.
Well, you have, mate.
Yeah.
And let's big up to your mum, mate.
Yeah, big up my mum. On the day that we're recording, it's my mum's birthday. So happy birthday,
really?
Mum. Yeah, she's a fucking ledge,
Isn't
my
that
mum.
weird? I mean, I know you're a rational person, but we've never talked about anything deep like that ever.
Yeah.
And we've brought it up saying it, and it has a lot to do with your mum.
Yeah.
Because she's a fucking hero in this story.
Mate, my mum is properly my hero. Like, she, like...
Happy birthday to your mother.
Yeah, like, she, like, I can't, like, overstate
What's your
what she
mum's
did.
name, man?
I shouldn't say... I'm going to have to beep that, I'm afraid, because I can't put out my mum's maiden name on here in case I get hacked.
Really?
It's a security question on loads of shit, innit?
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Anyway,
yeah.
I'm going to have to beep that, but it's funny. My mum's maiden name rhymed.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was amazing. Like, because she, like, when I was a little kid, like, so she was raising us by ourselves from, like, when I was, like, 3. And, like, I've got an older sister. And, like, we had, like, the worst shitty luck. Like, I had tumours in my spine. My sister's got a fucking muscle condition that's, like, crazy rare. So she was having to deal with all that. And, like, she was living on her estate. My dad didn't give a shit. He had to be, like, forced in court to, like, give her any fucking money.
What a tosser, man.
Yeah, so she was dealing with all that by herself and, like, working. And then, like, she did Open University and, like, studied theology and got a degree while she was looking after 2 kids.
Holy shit, that's
And then from there, did teacher training, became a teacher.
RE teacher.
Became an RE teacher, ended up becoming a head of department. And, like, over the course of, like, my childhood, dragged us out of that shit situation. And I think she's a fucking miracle worker.
Wow,
It's
she's
so
an
incredibly
amazing
hard
woman.
to do that. It's
Yeah.
so hard to do that shit. So she is my hero for fucking ever. Like,
yeah. Could she be my hero too?
Yeah, definitely. She's a fucking legend.
After hearing that story.
Yeah, she's an absolute amazing hero.
It's
man.
amazing, like, bringing up kids is difficult, and to do it on your own, I can't even imagine how stressful it must be.
And I was a little shit as well.
I mean, all kids are little shits. Most of them are. And you worry about your kids. They're getting shitty situations.
Yeah, I got him more than most.
Yeah, and especially when you've been left in that situation, abandoned,
man.
and then
she got tracked bad, but like she never.
And they still go out and achieve all that.
Yeah, and like she always as well. When I was a kid, she didn't want me having to deal with loads of like new stepdads, so she just didn't date for like the whole of my childhood pretty much. And then when she was she totally self-sacrificed.
Do you think our generation have not got that?
No, I think some heroes do. I think there are some people who still have that. I don't think people have fundamentally changed. I think that's still there in some people. I don't think it's normal, but I think it's there. A lot of mums have that in them.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, she just did incredible shit, mate. And like, I just think she's a fucking wonderful woman for that.
I hope she's bloody happy right now.
Yeah, she is. And this is the cool thing. Like, when I became like a teenager, we get on great, me and my mum. We have a fucking scream. Like, we laugh constantly when we chat. Like, she's fucking ace. When I became like a bit older, she started like, she sort of like brought it up to me. She's like, oh, I think I'm gonna, you know, maybe go on some dates. And I was like, fucking go for it, mum. I want you to be happy. I'm all green lights with my mum now. She's got a like great relationship now, finally. She's had enough shit ones. She's got a fucking ace job. She works in a cat sanctuary, like just part-time.
Well, that's
super
like some
chill.
people's dream, isn't
It's
it?
her dream. And
Really?
like, she just does karate. She's got a black belt in karate that she got in the last few years. She's amazing. And now she's just chilling. She is living the good life. She's got it all set up, and she's like looking for a nice new house with her partner because he's got a bit of fucking dash.
Is she still
It's great.
North Yorkshire based?
Still North Yorkshire, but she's maybe going to move somewhere. They're looking for like a dream house. It's so cool, man. I'm so fucking pleased for her. She deserves it, man. Like, no one has worked fucking harder. Yeah, she's an absolute like inspiration.
That's incredible, mate.
Yeah, she's an incredible fucking story. So like,
Fist bump, man.
yeah, so this is why I'm not down about my dad. Genuinely, I'm like, I got one parent who's as good as most people's fucking 2 and then some.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like, she's an absolute fucking ledge.
Going back to your mother and what she did, the sacrifice, and that's like the generation above us, if you can call it that.
Yeah, but also the generation above us are the people who claimed the sacrifice and did fuck all. It's the generation above them that died in wars.
Well, exactly. Exactly.
There's a little middle generation that are like, remember the war? You weren't in it, prick.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I hate that. It's always been a thing of people have always harked back to a time in the past where it was more moral.
Yeah, and they have bigger chocolates.
And this is and they have better chocolate bars. And this is a theme that's gone right throughout history.
Yeah.
When like controlling pre-Roman.
Yeah.
It's always been, as soon as we had writing, like Sumerians, 6000 BC, this has always been the theme.
Yeah.
People have been It was religions as well. Like we are not what we were.
People are always bemoaning society falling apart. Always,
constantly.
And like it always feels like that. It always feels like the next generation's worse for some reason.
I saw it on Twitter this morning actually about someone had defaced in Sheffield a memorial for soldiers, and it had American flags in it, so they torn the American flags down. And this bloody bloke who's on, John, I think he looks like he was old enough to have fought in the war, but I don't think he had. Probably born in the war, a really old bloke. He's like, I'm trying to look after it. Yeah. And everyone's going bloody fair play to them as well, because, you don't... If you fight this war against American corporations, don't attack someone's memorial. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's again, it's bad PR.
Yeah, it is. But the amount of people that were like, I can't believe this generation. I can't believe the youngsters today. And you see that all the time.
Yeah, as if like in the 50s there weren't teddy boys with knives everywhere.
It reminded me of what I was called when I was young. People thought about saying
exactly. Every generation thinks that there's louts and yous below them, and they forget their own fucking youth, and they forget all the shit that they did. And like, as it's a process of getting older, I dread being a fucking.
I've not got there yet.
Like that.
I don't think I ever will.
No, like, and I hope I don't either. I'm really conscious of it. Whenever I think to myself like this fucking new music shit, I'm like, no, you're just old. It's not. It's just I don't know. It's that process happens to every generation.
I've been thinking new music shit for 25 years.
Yeah, but long before you were born. You stopped in like 1970.
Do you know what? Early noughties was all right.
Yeah.
It's been shit after that.
Yeah.
Wank.
There you go. But it's not though. It's just it's not
like
what you like. Yeah, exactly.
I don't like the drum sounds.
Right.
I hate new recordings because I don't like the way they're recorded. Right. I prefer one mic over the drums.
Yeah.
An energetic drumming, distant fucking energetic. I like that sound. I like room mics. I hate the way that everything's become perfect.
Yeah.
Perfection in music, and it's kind of like it's become sanitized, and you see it as well in society when you see the advertising. The slick advertising, for me, it all gels together. This thing that I kind of reject naturally.
I'm going to argue against that because, like, I think that maybe the music you're listening to is, but I think in a lot of like, particularly in like hip hop and like electronic music, things have become so much more democratized that there's loads more like weird, dirty DIY shit. Where it's people making it at home, and like you might not like the sound.
Forward now, yeah.
You might not enjoy the sound.
Those I hate programmed
that's personal taste, but there's people making like outrageous shit now and pushing the boundaries. Have you seen the stuff with Lil Nas X this week? Do you know who Lil Nas X is?
I've got no idea.
He did Old Town Road.
No
I'm gonna ride till I can no more. Got those horses in the back. Got the horses in the back.
Is this fucking Tutankhamun?
No, it was like
Tutankhamun.
a massive #1 like over the last couple of years.
I have no idea.
He is a gay black American rapper, right? And like he's released a track where in the video he twerks on Satan in the video.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a really kind of like a gay black American. That's really,
mate, it's caused so much shit with the
they're
conservative
a very
Christians.
Fundamentalist country,
and
America.
He is so funny, man. Like he is amazing on Twitter because he just rinses the piss out of them.
I've seen him on Twitter,
mate. He's amazing.
I saw him recently on Twitter.
He's been blowing up because like he did one where it was just like I can
imagine the amount of attacks he gets. It must be hard for him.
Oh, mate, but he is so good at it. He wrote on
loves
Twitter.
It. Yeah, he must be used to it.
He put my bad at God. Sorry, bro. So funny. But I love
you must
shit
feel
like
rejected from the Christian church, though. Yeah,
isn't that the same as the satanic panic of the 80s and 90s?
Satanic Panic.
It's the same thing.
That, mate, is a fucking good goth band name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there has already been a band because it was a big thing called that.
Satanic Panic.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But yeah, like so, it's the same thing comes around in cycles, and every generation thinks they're special, but we're fucking not. We're just fucking big tubes of meat.
I think the only thing that's different about this generation. I think they're standing on the edge of we all stand on the edge of history, of course we do. But I think there's a cliff now because of the way the world. I think the climate catastrophe thing, and I've talked to you about I've talked to you about 2050. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good 20 or 30 years.
And look, there are definitely things that are unique about this generation that haven't happened before. The first generation with smartphones, the first generation with social media.
Yeah, it's a total.
Those will have changes.
Different ball game.
But people are fundamentally the same. They're interacting with new forces.
But the pressures on them are different, and they're interacting in different ways. So that does shape things.
It does, but I think there is more like fundamental stuff underneath that can't be changed by that. So like
sacrifice, but in an individualized world, individualism has got greater and greater.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're becoming further and further pushed apart.
It's becoming atomization rather than individualization, where people are more like separated.
Well, that's what. Yeah, absolutely. And they've grown up with that, and that's got to change your psyche.
That is definitely, but like I genuinely, I don't think that
we have a longing to connect. We long for connection with other human beings.
But I think this generation that's coming up are actually like that. They're really sensitive and kind, and they're nice in a lot of ways, and like overly so. They're a bit po-faced a lot of the time, but like I'm not unoptimistic about this generation of kids at all. They are more switched on than ever. They've got all this access to information. Yeah, they've all got anxiety, and none of them know whether they're a boy or a girl.
And they're taking fucking pills and all sorts. Of shit.
Also know that like big corporations are fucking shit up.
Or a girl.
They know corporations are fucking shit up, and like there's gonna be some mad shit happening. And like, I think we're in good hands, you know. I'm optimistic about these young kids.
The problem is that the baby boomers have outvoted everyone for their entire fucking... Ever since they've been involved.
Mate, when that generation dies off, shit's going to get wild. Because when suddenly, like... when like a younger generation are the voting bloc...
So we give it 20 years, do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But then, like...
So that's like they'll be 80 or 90 years old in 20. So there's a good chance there will be.
It'll be a lot thinner.
And then if we've kept going with the current system, the world will be breaking down. Mass migration first, water shortages in the South Asia. Yeah. They all come here. When I say they all come here,
build a wall.
1% of them come here. That's 20 odd, 30 odd million people.
Build a wall at Dover. We have a little socialist utopia inside, and fuck everyone else. There we go. You know?
Well, Northwest Europe will not be as badly affected.
Of course it won't. We never hired anything if you've got more money. It's a richer country, isn't it? For now, we'll see what happens with
the better
climate.
Yeah. I thought about trying to get into Russia. I don't think that's going to happen either because they will shoot them.
Yeah, like Russia, you can't take over Russia.
No, you can't.
Ask Adolf Hitler.
You can't get in there. Bloody bad winters.
Yeah, who wants to? But,
well, that's for another podcast.
Yeah, I think we've done probably about enough, mate. I've no idea how long we've done, but it feels.
Well, the
like
guy that said you need to be longer, I think we've got there on the comments.
Yeah,
I do read the comments for this.
I know, yeah, because they're nice. We've got nice.
Yeah, I like our little. I like the way it goes out on a Monday, and we get a few hundred listens on a Monday. I was like. People are, it's a Monday, man.
Yeah,
it's not a Friday, is it? It's a Monday.
It's nice that like
it's Monday. If you're listening to this on a Monday, bloody happy Monday to you.
Yeah, congratulations on being an early adopter.
Yeah,
yeah. And like we did actually like the people saying it was longer. We did actually cut a little bit from last week.
Yeah, we cut about 10 minutes.
We don't like cutting things if we can't, but we do have like real lives. So there are certain topics that we can't cover. So
it was the best 10 minutes we've ever done as well.
It was the funniest 10 minutes.
I have to say.
And the thing is, right, like it was a little beyond the pale, and I agree. I think it was funny, but it was also like not something we can put on YouTube.
If there was two of you, it would be okay.
Exactly. I can't get fired from anything.
You do not give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. Complain to me all you want. Yeah, and like
Slightly.
I agree it was beyond the pale, but we might. I'm going to try and find a way. We'll get it out at some point. Well, we'll find like a little way to get it to you. But yeah, so there'll be a little bonus snippet at some point.
It's Patreon, isn't it?
Probably have to do that at some point.
That's what we're gonna have to do.
We want to do that at some point, but we want to keep it like really fucking cheap and good if we can.
We do, don't
so
we?
We're gonna wait till we've got enough shit to make it worthwhile. But yeah, so if you are like, oh, I wish it was a bit more, we're gonna try and work on that.
Send us a comment going, yeah, I'd happily pay fucking 25 quid a month to listen to you guys.
No one's paying fucking 25 quid. That's ambitious.
It costs me 70 quid a month to get here.
Well, we are paying to do this.
I was said this before. Yeah. We pay to entertain you.
I know, because we're shit at business.
That's how desperate we are.
Absolutely.
We just want your love.
I know, so give it us. And text us 07520 665 442. Send us videos, photos, voice notes are great. And
but tell us who you are.
Tell us who you fucking are. I mean, that's my fault I didn't tell you. But yeah, leave us a voice note. We can play it on here. Anyway, appreciate it. If you got anything you want to tell people to plug or whatever.
No.
Okay.
I hate plugging stuff.
Well, I love it.
It's nice chatting.
Always a pleasure, mate. Check out my YouTube channel as well. I've got my own solo channel.
Do go on his thing.
So
Too Big to Fail is fucking
Check out my special. We'll be back with another one of these next fucking Monday.
Monday.